Woo! Wrestling fans, we are just 6 days away from the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. And you know, wrestling fans, today, here on News and Rumors, we're going to be going over a ton of things. Because, is Seth Rollins cool enough for the WWE creative team? We're going to be going over that today. Plus, The Undertaker. Just how long was he signed by Vincent Kennedy McMahon? We're going to go over that today as well. And a huge discussion about who Roman Reigns should wrestle at SummerSlam. All that plus so much more right here on News and Rumors. Stay tuned. We're going to hit the intro and be back right after this. Boy, you know, wrestling fans, you know, guys, I want you all to think back. First of all, before you do that, go down below and become a subscriber today. And make sure you hit that bell button. And if you are a subscriber, make sure to check and look to see if you still are. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter at 2007Webby. I always post great stuff on there. And I write my comments and I post things while the shows are going on. So keep track of me during the shows as well. But, wrestling fans, think back. When WWE would treat SummerSlam either as the blow-off pay-per-view or as the pay-per-view where they would start rivalries. If you want modern era, 2012 is a good example where Brock Lesnar and Triple H really picked up and started their rivalry at SummerSlam, had that big matchup which led to WrestleMania. Think back to the early 90s. Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel Mustafa, General Adnan, the Triangle of Terror took on Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. It started at the Royal Rumble of that year. 1997 did not end at SummerSlam, but a good matchup was Bret Hart, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels as the referee in 97 for the WWE Championship. Awesome. 94, Undertaker versus Undertaker, numerous through the 2000s. It was great. You move to 2019. What have we seen throughout the years? Little bitty 3 or 4 week builds. And WWE running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Right, wrestling fans? You know, as of right now, Seth Rollins has a character where it's all mixed around. WWE creative doesn't know what they're doing with it. Roman Reigns possibly could be fighting 3 different men. We'll know who he's wrestling at SummerSlam this week. But he could possibly be wrestling 3 different men if you really look at it at SummerSlam. And I don't know why The Undertaker is signed to a contract possibly long enough for the rest of his life. Because there's no way he would go anywhere else. Anywhere else. I don't care if the AEW is in effect. I don't care about the other organizations. The dead man wouldn't go anywhere else except the WWE. And if he did go and do a Comic-Con or did another interview somewhere else, he would not bash the WWE. He would praise the WWE. So let's just get that out of the way and clear it right now. Vince McMahon has signed the Phenom to a contract practically for the rest of his life, according to reports. And I see no need in it. I think everybody else would be in agreement with that. It's not like the dead man is Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, The Revival, or somebody of that nature. Ridiculous. That's all I gotta say about that. It's not like he's Goldberg or Bret Hart or someone of that nature. Not saying they would go and bash the WWE, but give me a break. Moving on. Roman Reigns. When we look at Roman Reigns, there are 3 individuals that he could be wrestling as of right now at SummerSlam. Number 1, Samoa Joe. Makes the most sense at this point. He's been in the most segments with Samoa Joe over the past number of weeks. Samoan segment, Summit, the week before that. Just numerous of these little things with Samoa Joe. Plus they have their history in the past with their different rivalries. So it makes sense. Not saying anybody wants to see it at SummerSlam. It would probably be the worst matchup. And quite frankly, who wants to see Samoa Joe get absolutely buried even more than he already is? Right? Number 2. Daniel Bryan. Now, this past Tuesday on SmackDown, go back and watch it either on YouTube or if you have it on DVR, go back and watch SmackDown, the very ending. Somebody tried to knock some stuff over on Roman Reigns. It looked like somebody in green shoes trying to knock some stuff over. Now, at first, I thought, it might be Brock Lesnar's shoes. After all, on Monday, we saw Brock Lesnar brutalize Seth Rollins, and in the background, after he did that, we saw Roman Reigns look at Brock Lesnar like this. So that's a possibility. But that's highly unlikely because Seth Rollins, whether WWE wants to try to think that we're all fools or not by saying, will Seth Rollins be on Monday Night Raw tonight or not? They also put on Facebook that Seth Rollins ain't dead yet in pictures at a live event or house show. So, he's going to be on Raw. If he's not, I'm surprised. So, wrestling fans, it has to be Daniel Bryan. And if it is Daniel Bryan, I think it's the best match possible. If it is Daniel Bryan needs to go over here at SummerSlam. Some of you might agree with that, some of you might not. But the thing about that is, Eric Bischoff, according to rumors, thinks that Daniel Bryan needs to get this awesome push. Well, if he's going to get an awesome push, it needs to start at SummerSlam. What better way to get an awesome push than get a win over the big dog? Right? Just do it. It would benefit Daniel Bryan for a win than a loss. A loss over Roman Reigns is not going to hurt him. It's just my opinion on that. Some of you might like what I'm saying about that. Some of you might not like it. We all have our opinions. Let me know what you're thinking about that in the comments below. If you don't like that, let me know in the comments below. Or go to your channel, Wrestling Fans, and express your opinion on everything that's going on this coming Sunday at SummerSlam. We appreciate it if you did both. Also, let's go to Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman, why they are getting hired, why they got hired, mind you, as executive directors. It's really quite simple. To bypass stockholders' questions. I hate that. I think you all hate that. Or hate is going too far. I dislike that. I don't like that. That's the reason why WWE hired Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman for that particular reason. I really wish they would have hired them to try to get the shows better, because the shows were in a rut. I still, to some degree, am hoping that the shows do get better from here on out. Raw has showed some promise. SmackDown looked a lot better than it did this past Tuesday. It did. I mean, after all, we didn't have to see Shane McMahon. That right there is a start. Shane McMahon was on there for a couple minutes at the beginning, and he wasn't on there the rest of the time. I was in Memphis, and that put a smile on my face. Now, after SummerSlam, if we could keep Shane McMahon off TV until possibly like WrestleMania or something like that, hey, WWE, you're doing the right thing. That's all I gotta say about that. But, wrestling fans, let's keep hoping that the right thing's going on, and Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman make these shows better, and that report can just get tossed to the side. No matter what the reason why they hired them. No matter what the reason. And hopefully that report is full of garbage. Now, finally, Seth Rollins. Is his character boring? Does his character need to be cool again? Creative running around like a chicken with its head cut off trying to change it. Well, number one, let's be honest. Since WrestleMania, he's been in a rivalry with Baron Corbin up until this point. Number two, first he was in a rivalry with Baron Corbin, then he got teamed up with his girlfriend, as we're told every single week, Becky Lynch. Now they've steered away from that, and he's back with Brock Lesnar. Let me tell you, wrestling fans, if there's anybody that needs a change, it's Seth Rollins. No matter how much we are a fan of him, no matter how much he's our boy, okay, he does need some type of change, because how in the world can we genuinely enjoy his character when he's the man's man, and now he's getting brutalized to a bloody pulp by Brock Lesnar, blood coming out of his mouth, and all this jazz. Even though I want him to be the Universal Champion right now, even though I want Brock Lesnar to lose that title to Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, his character, with all the stuff he's been put through this summer, absolutely sucks. And it's WWE Creative's fault. It's Vince McMahon and everybody in the back's fault. Alright, Kevin Dunn? So, if you're running around like a chin with its head cut off trying to change it, it's your fault in that aspect. Yes, sometimes the character, sometimes the superstar has to take what you give them and make something out of nothing. But when you look at everything that has been presented this summer, how can you make something out of nothing with that? In my eyes, you can't. And that's all I got to say on that issue. When you look at everything that Seth Rollins has been through. And this has been your news and rumors. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And also, wrestling fans, make sure you become a subscriber today. I'll see you tonight for Monday Night Raw review. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.